My name is Ethan Cole, and I've worked at a marketing firm in Chicago long enough to know how office parties usually go. Loud jokes, fake compliments, way too much champagne. The normal kind of chaos. But nothing, and I mean nothing, could have prepared me for the night I realized someone I admired could make me feel completely invisible. Clara had been my coworker for 2 years. She has this bright smile, this warm energy. She's the kind of person who walks into a room and just makes it feel warmer. I really liked her, more than I ever let on. But that night at the rooftop bar, it was all glass walls, fairy lights, soft jazz playing in the background. She walked in glowing, like she owned the entire city. And from that moment on, she did not stop flirting. And I'm not talking about subtle, playful, or innocent flirting. This was full force, unapologetic flirting with every single guy she ran into. She leaned into Ryan's joke like it was the funniest thing she'd ever heard in her life. She whispered something into Tom's ear, making him blush like a teenager. She was brushing her fingers along sleeves, touching shoulders, laughing with her whole body. And me, I was just her coworker. Her "oh, right, you're here too" person. She didn't look at me once, not a single smile. Not even a simple hello. Nothing. It wasn't just jealousy eating me alive. It was this crushing feeling of invisibility. I was just standing there in a corner, holding a drink I didn't even want, watching her move from guy to guy as if I didn't even exist in her orbit. Sure, people greeted me politely. "Hey, Ethan, how's it going?" But I wasn't really there. My presence was just a piece of the background scenery. At one point, she floated over to the small group I was standing with, her eyes scanning the room for more attention, more validation. "Oh, Ethan," she said, so lightly. "This group is boring. I'm going to go grab a drink with the boys." She tossed her hair back and just walked away. The guys she left behind chuckled awkwardly. I forced a smile, but inside, something tightened up, that quiet, painful knot that humiliation always leaves behind. I should have just left right then. I almost did. But I stayed. Not because I was holding out hope that she'd suddenly notice me. I stayed out of a newfound sense of clarity. Because the more I watched her, the more I realized something fundamental about her. She loved attention. She thrived in the spotlight. She needed to be the absolute center of the room. But she had no idea, not a single clue, how much power the quietest person in that room could actually hold. So I waited, not to embarrass her, not to get some kind of petty revenge. I waited for the perfect moment to take my presence back, to reclaim my space. An hour passed. Clara kept laughing just a little too loud, clinking glasses with everyone, soaking in all the attention she could get, and I just watched quietly, not with bitterness anymore, but with a strange sense of understanding. See, people who desperately chase the spotlight, they depend on everyone else staying in the shadows, staying dim. So when the time was right, I stepped forward, not loudly, not dramatically, just intentionally. I walked right to the center of the group she was entertaining, that circle of admirers, hanging onto her every exaggerated laugh. She flashed me this distracted smile, her eyes already darting around, looking for her next target. She didn't know I was about to completely flip the entire energy of the room. I raised my voice, just enough to command attention. "Hey, everyone, quick moment." A simple sentence, but the silence that followed, it was instant. Clara stopped mid-laugh, her eyebrows rising in surprise. Her whole circle turned toward me, curious, confused, but suddenly alert. I let that pause just settle in the air, quiet, firm, controlled. Then I said calmly, "It's interesting. I've been invisible all night, watching someone chase attention like it's oxygen, watching laughter get thrown around like confetti, watching certain people pretend they don't see others standing right beside them." A few people in the group stiffened. Clara started blinking rapidly, the smile gone. "But here's the thing," I continued, my voice steady. "Visibility isn't something you beg for. It's something you claim. I took a step forward, not toward her, but toward the true center of the room. For those of you wondering why I've been so quiet tonight, I was observing. I was choosing. I was waiting. And then I did something simple but powerful. I took out my phone, tapped the screen once, and paused the music playing over the venue's Bluetooth system. The sudden silence was deafening. Across the room, phones lit up, notification sounds pinned. People instinctively grabbed their devices. I had sent a single message to the company-wide group chat. It read, "Some people thrive on attention they don't deserve. Some confuse the spotlight with value. Let's remember respect matters more than volume." The reaction was immediate. Whispers started rippling through the crowd. I saw wide eyes, looks of shock. People started turning toward Clara not with admiration anymore, but with something colder, awareness, realization. Clara's face drained of all its color. She just stared at me, not with anger, but with pure, unadulterated shock. Because the man she had floated past all night, the man she had deemed invisible, had just taken complete control of the entire room without even raising his voice. Not by humiliating her directly, not by shouting or making a scene, but by standing firmly in his own worth and quietly asserting his presence. Her charm, that magnetic energy she had, it flickered out like a dying sparkler. And for the very first time all night, the room wasn't orbiting around her anymore. It was looking at me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories.